Today is Tuesday, August 13th, 2024, and this road right here is Sundance Road in North Woodstock, and we are coming out to do Gordon Pond Trail, and actually this is part of Gordon Pond. Where is he going? I thought he was going to park right here. There's no parking signs on the road. I called the ranger yesterday because this trail has, I don't want to say controversy. In the new version of the White Mountain Guide, it says that they're contemplating changing the access for this trail. And so you should call the ranger to find out if they have. So I called the ranger yesterday, and he recommended parking up on the cut, which is this power line cut, because this is not private land. This is actually the trail right here, but it's going to become private back a little bit. So we're going to come from here and cross the street, continue out that way. I just walked up a little bit that way, and there is a boundary marker for the, I think it's for the National Forest, almost immediately once you get in there. Yeah, this is what they meant. Yeah, okay. So the ranger said, if you just want to go to Gordon Pond, you should go in Kinsman Ridge. And I said, no, I need the trail. So they said, okay, do this. So I'm not going to walk back through private property just for the sake of redlining, because clearly there are things changing now, and I'm not going to try to get that when it's closed. Or I don't even know. He didn't say it was closed, but he did say, don't go there. So I'm taking the advice of the ranger. Okay. So we're going to set off right through here. We are less than 2/10 in, and we've come to a sign that says the trail goes this way. It does not. We have a blue blaze. That's the first blaze. This area has not been blazed at all. That's where we came from. And then we've got this. I think those were for snowmobiles, maybe. Lincoln, power lines, bog pond, elbow pond. I don't know what any of those things are, but there's a blue blaze right here. And our Gaia app shows us that we should be going this way. So even though that trail sign that says trail looks like, that actually looks like a real sign.
This also looks like a trail, though.
No, what I'm saying, that sign, those other signs don't look like White Mountains signs, but okay. So this is like an old forest road currently. You can walk abreast. Pretty open woods down here.
It's multi-use.
Is it?
Well, it's red on my map.
You could ride a bike.
Through here.
Yeah, you could ride a bike out here. It looks like it gets wet ahead, though. We're a little over a half a mile in now. Here's yet another junction. We're going to continue straight on the thing that looks like a road. Corridor 2. Okay, so that is Snowmobile. We just crossed 2 bridges right in a row right there. So that's Snowmobile Trail. There have been really no blazes, just those first 2. And no signage. So you definitely want to know where you're going at the beginning here. But so far, it's been the thing that looks like the main road. It hasn't been anything forking off of it. Okay, we just popped out right here onto the power line cut, but we're going to come right across it. It's quite overgrown, but this is the way. There's a bunch of blackberries on here. And then once we get into the woods, hopefully it won't be so overgrown. Blue blaze.
None of these are black compass, right?
Nope. All right. So there is a path through there. It just was typically overgrown. All right, we have a crossing. So there's a big arrow right here. You can actually see the blaze. Maybe you can't, but it's on a tree over here. Blue blaze. Okay.
You want me to go across?
I think it's safer to cross one of these spots instead of this. But you can do whatever you want. This is pretty far drop. Let me see if I look over here. Oh, that's a big step. All right, the way John's going is the way to go. Let's see how he does it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Careful. All right, that's how I'm going.
All good.
This is the second water crossing, which is considered the tricky one. It's right at the top of a little 10-foot waterfall. And this slab right here that John just actually scooted down, you know it's tricky if he sits down. So you just don't want to go sliding down it. There is an actual waterfall called Gordon Falls on this trail, and according to my map it's a half a mile from here, and we have to cross the top of that. So I was under the impression that this was Gordon Falls. We'll see what happens in a half a mile. We have to come back this way, so maybe on the way back, if this turns out to be the waterfall, we'll like do all of our pictures and stuff, but we shall see. First I have to get across it. This is Gordon Falls, apparently. I'm on a little spur off to the side here. The place that's marked is the top of the falls. I haven't been up there yet. These are old chanterelles. They're past their prime, very past their prime. I haven't walked up all the way yet, but I think there's a water crossing that you have to do at the top of the falls. You don't want to slip. But it looks like the bulk of it is just a slab. Let's see. More slab. A little cascade. There's a humongous mushroom right here. Oh, my foot. For scale. There's a little fall right there. And then more little shoots. Oh, I see more chanterelles. Ah, they're all past. Looks like it's going to keep going for a little bit before we have to cross. Okay, now we are at the top of the falls. It's actually a little further on than where Gaia has it marked. Holy cow, you don't want to fall there. How far is that? 50 feet? It's high. And the trail crosses. So luckily we should be fine. But oh my goodness, wow. That is a drop. Okay. There's John right there. We're about 3/10 of a mile from Gordon Pond. And it's really lovely up here, I have to say. The climbing on this is kind of in the middle of the section, so before you cross over the top of Gordon Fall, that's where the climbing is. Now we're just kind of moseying along a contour line. It's been very lovely. And then from Gordon Pond up to the ridge, I think is a short, relatively steep climb. But other than that, it's been really nice. Some wet parts, but nothing that is, horrible. I thought it was pretty good. And there's good blazing now too, so it wasn't very well blazed at the bottom. But now the middle and top have been really freshly blazed. So yeah, this is one of those semi-wet sections. I'm excited to see the pond. So we're gonna go past the pond to start. Go up to the ridge, come back, and then eat lunch at the pond. It was a clear day, although as we were driving in, you could see Cannon and Franconia Ridge were in a thick cloud, but it was blue skies, so we'll see. I don't know what kind of view we get from Gordon Pond. Maybe we can see South Kinsman. See, look how wet that is. Ooh, squishy. Yeah, haven't seen anybody yet. Don't expect to see anyone on this, except for if they come down from Kinsman Ridge to the pond. But I think this is lovely. It's a nice woods walk. A lot of it is like on old forest roads or remnants of forest roads. I was gonna say, does it turn? Yes. So this is an example.
It might be a bypass.
I thought it was a bypass, but I see a blaze, so it's an official bypass. There was an area where the old road was like flooded and moss covered, and the trail takes you around it, which is nice of them. But you still have these little sections like this. Okay. All right. We just had to backtrack because we totally missed a turn. It is the trail, yes. There's a blaze right next to me, right here. You can't see it coming this way. So this is what the ground looks like. And if you're looking down, I mean, clearly there's a trail and there's a bunch of bootleg campsites right there, right up near the water. But you can't see any blazes, you can't see anything. And this doesn't, it looks like it's brushed in here, but this is the way the trail looks. So that doesn't really show you anything. But, ta-da, there's a blaze. This is a water crossing. And there's the trail where John is over there. Are we gonna cross water again right away? I feel like we are. Maybe not. There's a beaver dam right up there. So this is the outlet from Gordon Pond. And yeah, it's very confusing because you can't see the blaze at all. Okay, we're gonna continue on. Okay, this is just super neat beaver damage on this tree. It's like they were making a sculpture. Crazy. And then there's a tree that I think they cut that one down. They practically got through it there. They did a little bit more here, up along the end of it here. They worked on it some more and some more. It's so weird. All right. And look, this is the first bog bridge on the whole trail. Let me tell you,
This is not
they don't need a bog bridge here. They need it so many other places. That's funny. Yeah, see, they've taken down all these smaller trees. The beaver has. There's a couple more. All right. See, there's no mud right here, but where John is, that could use a bog bridge.
Yeah, it could.
Oh, man. Okay. I have to use poles to get through this. Okay, we made it up to this intersection, which is our last hike. We were just here. It was, the sign says 5 miles. I'm at 4.15. So even with the part at the beginning, it's not 5 miles. I don't know how. We complained about the signs on this last time also, because I think it says 3.3 to Kinsman Notch, which it wasn't from here. Okay, so I don't know why I thought it was steep coming up here. It really wasn't. It was super short.
The steepness is going up to the falls.
Yeah, the steepness is definitely going up to the falls. It was super short and super not steep. So very short. And the ladies that we met last week when we were doing Kinsman Ridge came down here for lunch, and they said it was totally worth it to come off. And I could see why, because it really is no big deal to climb back up to it. The spot where we had gone straight instead of turning to cross that water, that is the spur that goes out to see the pond. That's why it looks so worn. And also there are camps, like unofficial campsites out there, because this is so close to the Appalachian Trail. People come down and camp at the pond. And it's a well beaten path. So we're going to go back that way and pop out on that spur, see the pond, have lunch, enjoy the view. Didn't see anybody. So, and it's quite overcast, so not sure what the weather's really going to do, but all right, this was way faster than I thought it would be. So that's good, because we're going to take our time going back.
Chanterelles.
And yeah, we have some chanterelles we're going to harvest on the way out. A lot of them, though, were past, but there were some patches that had some that are usable. And we're also going to bushwhack out to the bottom of the fall so we can get a look up at Gordon Fall, which I'm kind of excited about. That was quite imposing from the top. And what else? We found a patch of black trumpet mushrooms today, so we harvested those already because they're very hard to see. I was afraid I wouldn't see them if we left them, walk right by them on the way back. So I'm quite excited for those. Those are very tasty. All right. I'm ready. I'm actually ready for lunch, even though it's a little early. All right, this is our lunch view. I didn't zoom in at all, but this is Mount Wolf. This is Gordon Pond where we are. There is a beaver lodge right there. And I think that the beaver has done some work over at the outlet back there. This dragonfly is mad because he wants to sit on our rock.
That's where he suns himself.
Yeah, I think so. All right. Didn't see any people. I don't think we'll see anyone today. This is the bottom of Gordon Fall. So the trail actually comes up along a side here, and we kind of cut down steeply to come down to the bottom. And then the trail crosses right along the top of that thing, and it is quite a drop. Quite a drop. There's a little pool down here, and there's quite a bit of foam that is sapping in, which is like put off by the trees. It looks like it would be kind of solid. I kind of want to touch it. Let's go over there and see. No, it's super soft. Doesn't really smell like anything. So if you see that and you think that somebody polluted the water, I mean, it could be that, but we're out in the middle of nowhere here. I don't see anybody. And that is happening from the trees. Pretty cool. We are nearly back to the car now. This is one of those places where it splits. And what can I say? We didn't see anybody all day. We just saw a bear print in the mud. Looked pretty fresh. What else? Nothing else. Gordon Fall is quite impressive, and I think if you come out, it's worth bushwhacking down to see it from the bottom. And this is a nice little easy, not a lot of gain hike. It's gonna come in significantly less distance than the book distance. I'm not really sure why, but I mean, we started, basically we started at where the cut for the power lines are, on the, where the power lines cross the trail down near 112. So that eliminated maybe 6 or 7 tenths of the total distance, but I'm still going to be way under, so who knows. Easy walking, a bit of mud, a bit of wet, but nothing crazy, I didn't think. I thought it would be much worse, but it's a nice hike. So this is Gordon Pond Trail.